Hi everyone, I'm Sweet Melba. Thanks for joining me. We're inside, it's rainy today, but it's still Sunday on the porch. So thanks for joining me. When was the last time that you thought about your birthday when you were a kid? What those birthday celebrations were like? Your friends coming over, having a cake and having it decorated and a theme for your party, the celebration and the excitement for the day that was coming for your birthday. It was a lot of fun, a lot of memories. I'm sure we all have lots of memories of childhood birthdays. But I've been thinking about birthday celebrations because January is my birthday month. So I'm another year older. And I think, as we get older, our birthday celebrations are pretty low key. But we tend to forget about the excitement of birthdays and celebrating us and our birthday. So I've been thinking a little bit about that. So, our childhood birthdays, thinking though about those memories and those events, picking out a theme. I remember having a Snoopy themed birthday, and I remember coming up with the invitation list for my friends that were going to come over. I got a little bit older and could do slumber parties and have all my girlfriends come over and picking out a cake that matched. It was just a fun thing to plan and all the excitement and everything. And the activity that went along with it. There were games that you would do, or we would go and do something. I remember having a birthday party at the skating rink, roller skating rink. I also remember having a birthday party at the ice skating rink. That was a big thing because it wasn't in our town. We had to drive about 45 minutes. So the planning of getting all my friends who were going to come that day so that we could travel to go ice skating. And it was just lots of fun and different people who come over and family and friends and neighbors and just again all the excitement about your birthday and what you might get as a present and thinking that, you know, somebody, most likely your parents, was planning that all for you, making sure all the pieces were in place and everything matched for the decoration. And that it was just a fun time and you had your favorite foods. And it was just, somebody really put a lot of time and effort into planning our birthday parties when we were kids. And it just made it extra special. And, I have some photographs of some of the birthdays, some that I mentioned. Even some, I have a photo of my first birthday and the cake that my aunt made for me and how elaborate it was for a little kid, a 1 year old. But while I don't remember that, I certainly remember that photograph and the excitement it looked like I had at that time. But just the photographs and remembering those fun times and like I say, for slumber parties and just, the fun and the craziness we kind of did, things we thought were funny and stories we would tell. It was just really special times. And I've been thinking about that and that I have another birthday and how much fun those all were, and how much I'm appreciate that my parents helped coordinate those birthdays for me. They were special. And how all of our friends couldn't wait to get the invitation and that they would call, yes, I'm coming, and yes, I'm spending the night. And it just, the whole package of a birthday celebration as a kid was a lot of fun. And I'm sure you have lots of memories. Maybe you'd like to share one of your favorite birthdays in the comments. I'd love to hear that. And when we, get older and grow up, it's birthdays seem to be a little less of a celebration, I think. We're busy, trying to fit in, a special activity or a special dinner out. I certainly enjoy doing that with family and friends and with my husband. So they're much more low key than they were when we're kids. And, I guess that's rightfully so. But again, we kind of, I think, lose some of the excitement over our birthday. And sometimes it feels like just another day, and sometimes we will have to work on our birthday. But I think there are opportunities for us to kind of remember some of that excitement about birthdays and bring some of that back as an adult. And I think our birthdays when we're older just kind of become something that's noticed. Yes, it's your birthday, you're another year older. And again, you may have a special lunch out or a dinner out with family or friends, maybe a special occasion here and there for the birthday. But just not as, I think, as exciting, or we don't get as excited for our birthdays as we did when we were kids. So I think it's an opportunity for us to maybe find some ways to celebrate a little bit more. So as I said, January, this is my birthday month, and I am going to do something a little different. I'm choosing to celebrate my birthday a little larger than I normally do. And I'm planning an experience, really, something a little longer than a day. And I'm looking forward to it, getting excited about it, and just celebrating, where I'm at in my life and remembering to all those fun times as kids and some of those special birthdays. But this year, I've chosen to plan it a little bit different and have a little more excitement for this birthday that's coming up. So I'm planning some fun activity, some fine dining, a little mix of this and that, some fun, things of that nature. So it's a little bit more involved than, as I say, a dinner out. So I'd like to share a little bit about that. So for my birthday this year, I'm going on a cruise. I love cruising. Me and my husband enjoy doing that, but I really love cruising. And I've been on a number of cruises, but that's what I decided to do this year. I was sitting there thinking, well, what do I want to do for my birthday? It's like, well, maybe I could pick a new restaurant. But I really wanted to celebrate it more and really plan something, plan an experience. And so I decided, let's do a cruise. So we found a pretty reasonably priced cruise, and it'll just be for a week, but I'm really looking forward to it. What I love about cruising is it's just so relaxing. You get on board, you're all excited, everybody's excited, and you unpack and you're set for a week or more if you go longer. But this cruise will be for a week that I'm going to go on with my husband. And there's so many fun activities to do or not do anything. That's the great thing. You really get to decide and pick those things that you really want to do, whether you just want to lay around by the pool or read a book, go to some of the games and activities they have on board, or the dining. The dining, I really enjoy the dining on cruises and the opportunity to try new things and the shows in the evening. It just feels like you're on an exciting, fun week of who knows what you might do. And then, of course, if you decide to get off in the ports and explore different places, see a different culture for a day, and you meet some other people on the cruise, and again, you enjoy the activities that they do. It's just a fun experience, and that's why I love it so much. And so that's why I decided that's what I wanted to do for my birthday this year, and really have a fun week long experience celebrating my birthday. And being on the cruise, it's quiet mornings, it's slow mornings at your pace. The whole day's at your pace, really, right? And I really enjoy to just my husband and I being together for our activities for the day. And sometimes there's things I want to do or things he wants to do, but we're deciding together what our day is going to look like as we're relaxing and enjoying being on a ship full of activities. So it's a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun. So if you enjoy cruising, I'd love to hear that. And it's just, I think, a great way to travel. And if you haven't ever done it, I certainly recommend it. And I think one of the other things I like about cruising is you're captive to that experience. You're on that ship you don't have any other things to worry about, right? You're free to do as little or as much as you want, and you're present and in the moment the whole time. And I talked a little bit about that in my video last week, about just choosing experience. And for me, being on a cruise allows you to do that, because you're just there to have fun or do nothing or whatever it may be your interest level that particular day, which may change the next day. So just lots of fun. So this year, in picking a celebration with the cruise, I'm really picking the way I want to celebrate my birthday, the experience I want to have, and the things and activities that I want to enjoy. And it's free time. It's time to do the things that I want to do while we're on the cruise. And it's a slow pace. I'm really looking to kind of slow things down and be more intentional with the activities that I'm doing. And this just really feels like a great way to do that and to celebrate. So, in closing, I'm looking forward to celebrating my birthday this month. And, again, really being intentional with what I would like to do to celebrate, and enjoying the moment and celebrating the point I'm at my life, what some of the activities and directions I'm moving in for this year in 2026. And again, just really thinking about and finding that activity that felt the right thing to do for this year. So it should be a lot of fun. And I will, of course, come back and talk about the cruise in a future video and how things went and what we decided to do in celebration. So if you had not subscribed and want to hear more about the cruise story, please do so. Again, I'll be coming back in another video and sharing some of those activities. So thanks for joining me today, and thinking a little bit more about celebrating birthdays and how you might want to celebrate your birthday this year. Maybe you have some ideas already in mind. Maybe it's a big birthday for you. The 40, 50, 60, 70, those big milestones. Mine is not, but it's still going to get celebrated. But I'd love to hear different people's ideas of, again, some of your favorite childhood birthdays and what you're planning this year for your birthday. If you have something planned that's going to be special for you and your family. So thanks again for joining me. I'm Sweet Melba, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.